So that was a disaster.
I have painted kitchen cabinets before. I once painted an ex-boyfriend's kitchen cabinets, but it was a very small New York kitchen, so I think it had 6 cabinets. So I did have some experience, which I kind of knew a little bit of what I was getting into.
Okay.
Which is why I needed you.
Kimberly is a style director at House & Home magazine. She brought me in to help her make over her small kitchen in her rental apartment. And we have some stories for you, positive and negative.
We have learning experiences to share with you so that if you decide to do this for yourself, you can learn from our mistakes, of which we made quite a few. So step 1 is to empty your cupboards. Step 2 is to label which cabinet door goes where. You will thank me later.
You
labeled them.
Labeled them.
So we knew which ones went where. But we had a couple good days in the forecast.
Yes.
So we set up a paint studio in the backyard, which I blissfully have. This was going to be our great chance to spray them and give like a real pro finish.
Yes. So we deglossed because that's a good technique if you don't want to sand everything, and they were solid wood. Set it all up to spray, set up the sprayer, good times ahead.
Yep.
And ran into some difficulty there. First kerfuffle, the sprayer wasn't meant to be used horizontally.
Yeah.
Right? Dripping.
So as soon as you do this, it changes the...
I'm not gonna get technical about it. It just didn't work, guys. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
So good old paint and roller came in handy there.
And we had the cabinet set up on paint triangles.
Oh, yes.
So the only reason we could flip it right away without letting them dry completely is because they were just sitting on these tiny little points. Mm-hmm. They save you a ton of time.
Mm-hmm. We went ahead as a paint and primer in one, so I was really excited. No need to prep with primer. Maybe we should have. I think the paint and primer in one would work beautifully on a pre-painted cabinet, but this was solid wood and it just soaked it up.
You put on one coat, it would dry, and you'd come back and think, where'd the paint go?
Yes. So 5 coats later.
5
coats later.
When we did the lowers with the primer, how many coats did we end up using? 2?
Yes.
Of paint?
Yes.
So in the end,
solid wood, buy a
start
primer.
with a primer.
Yes.
In the meantime, I was back here painting the actual boxes. Yeah, so basically a project that we kind of cheekily thought would take us 2 days ended up taking us 7 in total.
With the drying time and just being safe.
For the paint to really cure so that when it sits up against another painted surface, like the painted boxes, it doesn't stick and pull off and get tacky.
So we brought them back here, put the hardware back on, and we hadn't labeled the hinges.
We didn't realize this, but of course, the cabinets had been calibrated so that they closed evenly and flat.
Oh wait, there's an R here. Oh, and there's an L.
Here. That's definitely not right. And so then we had to recalibrate all of the hardware, which was a little frustrating.
And by we had to recalibrate, actually the camera guy had to recalibrate.
This ended up being a 3-person job. Yeah. So one person could leave and deal with their frustration and come back.
Cue the internet, you had to have a man do it for you. You know, half a day.
Half a day. Half a day of 3 people really working. It looks awesome.
It does.
And we're forever bonded.
We're still friends.
I don't know if I'd be standing if I did it by myself. Actually, I'd still be painting.
I'm really happy that you picked green on the bottom. And it works really well with the floor, with your rug.
And it's so pretty.
So pretty. And then the white on top kept it light, because it is just one room.
The room doesn't get a ton of natural light, so the white cabinets really enhance the natural light in here, which is wonderful. And because the kitchen is part of the living room, it's a small space, painting the lowers in a green color also gave it a little bit more of a furniture feel, and then the white cabinets recede. I should also mention that these have cabinet fronts, but we took them off to also create an airier look.
Which you did a while ago.
I did it as soon as I moved in. So would we do it again, given that it ended up taking us a whole week?
I would say that, okay, worth it, Because look at your kitchen now.
Totally worth it. I say yes. But if I could hire someone to actually paint it for me and put all the cabinet fronts back, I would 100% pay someone to do it. And that said, I'm also about to paint a dresser. So I don't know if I've learned my own lessons.
Whatever you do, just get it done right and love your kitchen.